Right, hi guys, welcome to the channel. Winter's well and truly here now. I've had some great veg from the allotment, and in this video I'm going to show you how to grow Pak Choi from seed all the way to harvest. So I'm growing Pak Choi in an old bath that has been filled most of the way with normal soil. I'm then adding about 4 or 5 inches of well rotted horse manure and then a final sprinkle of chicken pellets. Okay, so you want to start by soaking your seed tray and then make a little hole about 1 centimetre or so deep, ready to take the seed. And Pak Choi seed is really quite small, so take your time. You can put 1 seed in each module, but I've gone for 2. And then you want to cover with fine compost and again give it a good watering. And you want to keep these moist, potentially watering twice a day in hot sun, and eventually they'll pop through. Right, okay, so these are about 32 days old now, and they're ready to be planted out. Now, when we planted them, I popped 2 seeds in each module, and not all have germinated, but a couple of modules have multiple Pak Choi in them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you 2 methods. The first one is just to prick them out, thin them, and remove the weakest one. And the other one is I'm going to show you how to separate them so you can actually salvage the 2. Right, okay, so what you want to do first of all, now I don't think my head's in the shot here, so don't worry about that, as long as you can see the veg, is you want to give them a good soak. Just like that, and just leave them just for a little minute just to soak in. 6 out of the 10 modules here have 2 Pak Choi in them. So obviously the single ones I'll show you how to plant out. Most of them are of a fairly similar sort of height. I would normally, if you were to remove one, do it a little bit earlier after about 1 inch of growth. That way the other one, the remaining one, can really shoot off and do well. But I've left this a little bit late because I'm trying to obviously film it. Right, okay, so there's an obvious weaker one here. Now I don't know whether the camera's picking it up, but what I used to do is pull them out, and you'll see a lot of people physically removing them. Now what this does, because they're so tight together, when you pull it, you'll pull all the roots out and it'll disrupt the root system of the remaining vegetable that you're keeping in. So what I'll do now is I've got these little pair of thinning secateurs, little mini scissors. You can use scissors, and I'll just snip it. That way that'll die off, but you're not disturbing anything in the in the root system. And it's as simple as that, so I find this a much better method. And what I'm going to do now is just show you, if I can, how to separate them. And you might have to tip it a little bit. Right, let's have a look. So that hasn't come out too bad. So you just try and literally separate the 2 and just gently pull. So there's the 2 methods, and now we'll get on to planting. So what I'm going to do now, I've got my holes and I'm going to plant approximately 12 inches apart, which seems quite a lot, but these things can really grow. Now these are cut and come again. You might have heard that with lettuce, so that means you can basically pick the outer leaves off and the rest will grow. If you want to do it that way, you can plant close together because you're obviously picking them, so they're not going to grow really big and wide. Now I've got my hole. You don't want to plant these deep, you just want it so the soil level on here is level with the soil in your bed or wherever you're planting them. You just want to kind of pop it in there and just gently holding the leaves up. Move the soil around it and just gently press down. And then what you want to do is just water it in. And if it flops down like it just did there, just pick it back up and just give it a bit more support. Like that. And that'll be fine. Okay, so when it comes to watering, now Pak Choi like semi-shade really. They will tolerate full sun, and it's semi-shade here at the minute, but in an hour's time the sun will be directly above shining down. They will tolerate that. But when it comes to watering, they like damp conditions. So especially since I've got them in this bath, I water every day, especially when it's like this. If I came to water and the soil was still damp, I'd leave it. I wouldn't give them any more, because you do want to encourage that root growth. That's what I keep talking about in these videos. So by not watering, you do encourage the root growth to go in search, the roots to go in search of water, and that creates for a healthier plant or vegetable. But in this case with Pak Choi, you want to keep them damp and moist, and they like humid conditions. Okay, so hopefully you can see I'm giving them a decent little dosage of water, not on the leaves, straight into the soil. And the slugs also love Pak Choi, and these have got a little bit of slug damage, and I'm yet to find a decent solution really for slugs, if I'm being honest. So I'm just hoping that they keep away. So yeah, so they're getting that every day. And another thing about Pak Choi is that they have shallow roots. So if you think about it, when it's baking hot heat like this, the top inch or so of the soil will get dry very quickly, and that's where really the roots are. So when I say they'll go in search of water, the roots, they won't go deep. They're not that kind of root. They will stay sort of close to the surface, but you do want to kind of gently encourage them with most plants and vegetables. But as I say, these like damp conditions, and they're particularly prone to bolting and going to seed, so they're a little bit temperamental. So if you try and give them what they want, and keep your fingers crossed. Okay, so we're a few months down the line and these are ready to go. I'm over the moon because they haven't gone to seed. The slugs have got a few of the leaves, mind, and I think proximity to the next door allotment hasn't helped. But all in all, I'm over the moon. What I'm going to do is just show you a couple of Pak Choi that I planted down the other end of the garden, the allotment, and they haven't suffered really with slug damage. But as I say, you could pick the outer leaves as well, like cut and come again lettuce, and some people kind of chop them off and they tend to regrow, but I haven't tried that. I normally just harvest the full vegetable. So if you've enjoyed this video, if you found it useful, subscribe to the channel, that'd be really appreciated. Like the video and leave a comment, say hello. Alright, so hopefully I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks, bye.